Good morning. Our hand today is going to be pocket 7. So here we are. Early position player open races, and it folds to me. We got 76 hands on this player. He's playing 2011 with a 6% 3-bet range. His stats look pretty decent. This is a 2NL game, so it is what it is. Raise first 10 is 12%. Pre-flop raise 11, so 2 out of 17, 2 out of 18. Really, he looks like a pretty decent player. He has one. Do I have notes? Not really. So this is about 12%, 12.1. I think this is probably pretty decent. Pocket pairs, suited connectors, suited broadways, ace jack plus, king queen. Those are all decent hands, so it's on me. I consider this just a regular early position player. So I've got a 3-betting range or 3-bet call range. So I did call here, and you can see 7s are not in my range. We could add it because it's one of those, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I guess with this player, we are going for a little bit of value, but also for some bluff potential, because if he doesn't catch, if it all comes middle cards or low cards, good chance that he didn't connect with it. And we could probably pick it up as long as the turn's a low card as well. So you've got, maybe 10 or lower on the flop, and then a 10 or lower turn card could potentially allow us to pick up this pot. 7s go for some value, hidden value. If we connect and he has a pocket pair, I do think he's going to pay us off. Now you know that we are deep. I've got over 100 big blinds. He's got me covered. So effective stacks over 100. Both blinds fold. Could we have 3-bet? Yeah, we could have. I'd say if we had some loose players behind us, I'd probably 3-bet. It goes against it. It's like a 3-bet or call range, but what we would be doing was trying to get heads up. And if we win the pot, we win the pot pre-flop. So we see a board of Jack 10-5. This isn't that great. In terms of our range and our perception of the range, this could hit us. This could give us a jack. We could have a jack. We could have a 10. We could have 9-8. We could have queen jack. We could have 10-9. Bottom pair with backdoor straight draw. Could have pocket 5. Pocket 10s, pocket jacks. Pocket jacks could have been a 3-bet. 3-bet or call. Could have pocket 10s, same thing. Unlikely that we have queens, kings, or aces. Could have 9s, could have 8s. Villain could hit all of those as well. So when villain checked against a good thinking player, I'm not sure. I think like king queen could check here, like open ender. We're out of position. I think you would like check call, or actually possibly check raise this board. Check raise with your over cards too, your over pairs, or your 2 pair and trips. I like that idea. So check raise. Let's color this in and see what it looks like. Your sets and 2 pair. And not that. Yeah, you could do this. Check raise, open-ended straight draw, your sets, and your 2 pair. Okay, so I'm going to include those in as checks. I think I would probably check call some of the overpair. Probably check call your aces and your kings. I think your queens could be kind of a bet here. We block straights. We block like the queen jack. It's tough. Why would you check? What hands would you check? I think we could check ace jack. I think I would bet though, like king jack, queen jack. You know, we've got a little bit of, you know, we're a little bit susceptible. I think I'm gonna check queens and kings. I'm sorry, I'm gonna bet kings and queens. I'm betting queen jack, king jack. I'm betting those hands, whereas I'm checking ace jack because I'm not. I mean, if we've got top pair, I'm not really worried about giving that free card. With the king jack and the queen jack, we're betting because we also have backdoor potential here. Less so with the ace jack. I think with ace jack, if we end up getting to a backdoor potential, so a queen or a king comes, it's going to be much more likely that I have like that two pair. Middle pair, I think I would possibly bet. Nah, check call. I'd leave those as a check call. I think I would bet those by lower pocket pairs. I think I would probably bet the gut shots as well. Not all of them. I'm not gonna. So that leaves like no made hand. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's his checking range. I'm hesitant to bet here with my sevens. I think we were better sets. I think it would better two pair. Top pair, I think we could bet. Middle pair, possibly we can bet. These, I think we're betting kind of as a bluff. And then this no made hand. I think the straight potential though, king queen. I guess if we well, yeah, if we have king queen, we bet and we get check raise. I think we're giving up equity by folding. But we do have pretty good hand. Okay, those are out. I'm betting those. I'm betting sets two pair. So I guess we're betting 100% here. I'm not sure if we need to, and I bet larger. So we'll have to come back. So he does call. So I think he's calling at this. I would have expected him to check raise his sets. So we're gonna go maybe like 50% for those sets. I'm gonna say 50% for the two pair as well. I'd expect him to check raise those. He's calling with aces. He's calling with like the ace jack. He's calling, I think, with the middle pair. I don't think our no made hands are going to be called. He's calling with the open ender. I think he's probably calling with the gut shot. So let's cover this up. Probably calling with those. All right, so 7 hits. Villain checks. I think he's going to be checking 100%. I don't think he's going to lead here. We do have to worry about an 8-9 here. Would he bet with a straight or a set? No, I don't think so. I think he would bet on the river, though. So he checks. We connected. We're going to be betting our sets. We're going to be betting our two pair. He already called once, So I think we're going to be betting our top pair, but I think we're going to be checking the middle pair. I think we're checking our open ender as well. But I think we're going to be betting our gut shots. So the open ender, so let's start with the gut shots. The gut shots, I don't mind folding him if I get check raised. If I bet here and he raises, I don't mind folding those. But if I bet and get raised, I'm going to be upset that I have to fold king queen here at this point. So I think we want to just check this and see the river. Is this a player who could check raise? Well, let's check this out. So check raise 0 out of 5, check raise 0 out of 2. It doesn't look like he's playing as a check raise, but I think the standard is to play like that. So I made, let's see here, I do make the bet, and I bet pot, which is sizable, and that's a larger size. So now I think we're just going to narrow it down here. So I think we're going to give him the straight, we're going to give him the sets, we're going to give him two pair, we're going to give him over pair, we're going to give him top pair. Open ender, I think that's it. I think that's all he's going to have. So we're looking at 48.1%. Would he check raise with any of those? No, probably not, maybe. And that could argue why maybe we could bet with a king queen. I think a check raise could come from a straight. I think a check raise could come from a set or two pair. So we go to the river. It's queen of clubs. Villain checks. With the queen of clubs, I kind of expect villain to bet the straight at this point. He's going to look for some value. Let's see if he's dunked. 0 out of 2. 0 out of 3. Yep. So he donks. I'm betting sets. I believe I'm betting two pair here. I don't think there's any reason to include a bluffing range here, like a weak pair. If he was calling with king queen, he just now hit top pair, and he's going to be calling that. If I bet big again, I don't think he's going to call with the middle pair, ace jack, king jack. He could, because he might not believe me, but I think that's a little bit less likely. I think we're looking at two pair set. So I bet, and that's, I kind of sized it to try to get called by two pair. We're behind the sets, so maybe that's not a good play. But if we're going for, if we think he's also going to call with like ace jack or king jack, then we're looking at, let's do this, let's give those same colors. Now we're looking at 32% versus 29%. And for the sets, we're looking at, we beat, actually we know sevens are not there, so jacks and tens. Would he ever give us a set? Maybe. So he shows king queen. Hold on, yeah, hold on, that's my hand. Yeah, we're doing sets two pair. This is what he's doing. Would he have the sets? Yeah. We're going for two pair, over pair, top pair. Yeah, there's a lot of hands there. So okay, I like that, and possibly even ace jack if he doesn't believe us. So the vast majority of his hands we're gonna just absolutely crush with our trip sevens, and he did. He had one of those hands, the king queen offsuit, in his range that he paid off, and I think that queen really helped, gave him top pair, and he's probably super excited because he's putting me on a jack. But if you think about what kind of hands am I betting with the jack, one, would I have bet that high? I don't think I would have been betting as large along the way. And two, I think once we get down, like here, once we get down to the river, this ace jack, king jack, I kind of figure he's gonna have king queen. I mean, he could have king queen, with this open ender, and that queen just connects just like a king would have connected. So I've got a free showdown. I'm going to check it. So as soon as I bet, he should be thinking, okay, he's saying he could beat a queen, so should I really call? You know, I think this cost him. So I think I'm going to check this out in GTO. All right, so I ran this, and villain's range should check 100%. So I don't think we're too far off, and I'm going to check if he checked, we bet. What kind of hands is he check raising? He's actually not raising a whole lot. So he's raising sets. And then occasionally ace jack. It doesn't even look like he's raising tens. Okay, so he checks. And then what do? We're betting a big part of our range. Ace 10 might be the one time we don't. So kind of mixed strategy with ace jack, king jack, queen jack. I'm going to say if we think villain's overfolding, then we're probably betting more on these cards. So if he like folds much higher fold percentage than we should bet. So we did bet. We bet 5. He calls. So I think he's correct in calling here. And then we've got a 7 of clubs. And then villain should be checking again. And now we are betting again. Hands that were not king, queen. So our jacks. So king, jack, queen, jack. It's still a 2-pair, about half and half. King, queen's about half and half. I wasn't necessarily surprised about this because I don't think we really want to get check raised. Whereas here, if we get check raised, I don't think we mind folding 8s and 9s. So if we bet and he raises, you can see I don't think we mind folding 8s and 9s, but we're gonna have to call kings, queens, king, queen, and it's gonna be hard. We built just a massive pot. So yeah, we do bet, and then villain does call again, and then this is the queen of clubs, and we're gonna bet here, and you're gonna note that villain should be folding some of this. Like we're representing that we might have a straight ourselves, and villain's not really getting the odds to chase, because if he calls here. I'm going to go back to the turn. Bet 18. He needs 33%. He's not going to get that. He's at 4-1, 5-1 on his straight, 4 to 5-1. So maybe 20%. Could be little less than 20%. He's not going to recover the rest of this because if the straight card comes, if the ace or a 9 comes, I'm just gonna check it down. And if he bets, I'm just gonna fold. You hate folding trips, but I don't think we could pay that off because this looks too much like a straight, especially at these 2NL games. So I don't think he's gonna be getting the odds with the king queen. That's why GTO is saying he should probably just fold. He does have him calling aces, kings, queens. So overpair, ace jack. I think we're folding these, jacks and 10s. So he does call, and then yeah, he's supposed to check again, and now we bet. We're betting larger than probably what we should, but we're betting our set. And then what should he call? He should be folding king queen. We're betting. We've made 3 strong bets. 3 strong bets, and you can see that we're betting like sets and then some weak pairs. So he's calling sets. He's calling with with the straight. He's calling with maybe ace jack. So okay, I feel better about this hand. Kind of reassures me that I was kind of on the right track with 8s and 9s, that we can bet and we don't mind folding those if we get check raise on the turn, which is pretty good. All right, so if you like this hand, look tomorrow for another one.